I just had to pause my uh, recording for a second. I had a call from hubby. The house has been very, very quiet today because all three of my boys have been gone. Hubby, number one boy, took Cooper and Max, second and third boys, um, to be groomed. And he just had to call me. Max is a rescue, and Max has anxiety issues. And although he was happy to go into the building, the groomer, Cooper wasn't. He dug in his heels. But Max, once he got in there, they got him bathed and then put him back in a cage, I guess, to wait until the actual groomer was available. And then they couldn't get him out of the cage. So I feel bad for them, but especially bad for Max because I'm sure that was very distressing to him to be put in that situation and to have to misbehave because of the way he felt. And I hope my boy is going to be, well, I'm sure he'll be fine. I'm sure he'll be fine. But he does get anxious about a lot of things. He, you know, we rescued him from a foster uh, organization that had I don't know if they had found him. Probably somebody else had found him and taken him to them to foster. But he was found in the parking lot of a convenience store, way over on the far eastern side of DFW. I live on the far western side of DFW. Um, yeah, Maximus Aurelius Xavier is his name, or MAX for short. His initials, Max. Anyway, poor boy. I hope he's going to be good now. I have my door closed. Dave said that they're not far away, so before I finish this, they will arrive home. I hope that they're not going to be real noisy and cause a commotion, and then I'll be able to proceed, which I'm planning to do right now. So another thing that I have stitched on this past time period since last I recorded is the Lady of the Flag. I don't remember when it was that I first saw this design. Surely when it was first out, and wanted it then. They didn't have any of the chart in the shop where I saw the model. I have wanted it ever since. I was this close to paying $350 for it on eBay one time and decided that was just more than my budget would allow. And so y'all know what she looks like. But just in case, give you a little close up of her. People have done her in all kinds of different colorations. I'm keeping the way I saw her. That's my image of her that I have stuck in my brain. I also was able to pick up at the same time that I got her. I also did get Queen of the Flag. That's her name, right? No, Queen of Freedom. Sorry. I also was able to pick up Queen of Freedom. That chart and bead pack, etc., is back here waiting for its day to come forward. I may start her before I actually get Lady of the Flag done. I haven't decided yet. When I get a little bit more into haul, I will show you the fabric that I got for her. But in the meantime, let me show you my stitching on Lady of the Flag. Look what I have done. That's a couple of weekends of work, and I don't often stitch at night once I get home from work. Usually Cooper and I are in the recliner watching General Hospital, or well, for a while it was football. Now football, been over for a couple of months. Baseball season has started, and the Red Sox, who they're my team, they've been really bad early in the season. Although I checked in a little while ago, Ziggy, what's the score of the Red Sox game?
Today, in an American League East matchup, the Boston Red Sox beat the Baltimore Orioles 17-1. First pitch was at 11:05 a.m.
17 to 1. Well, when they score, they really score. It used to be that Baltimore was not a good team for a long time, and so it was always kind of a given as a Red Sox fan that the Red Sox would win. And then Baltimore got better for a while, and it was more challenging. And I don't remember what happened last year, and I haven't paid a lot of attention to talk before the season started about who's supposed to do what. But the Red Sox are my team, and now that I know the result, I don't know if I'll watch it. I record it, all the time. I don't know if I'll watch it later. Maybe if I'm stitching late, if I get really on a roll with Lady of the Flag and want to keep working, and it gets a little later. The saying that you decide that you'll stay up until 10:30 crafting, and 10:30 all of a sudden is 2:30. Anyway, this is my Lady of the Flag, and look, that's the last things I did right in there was that shading. I haven't done the stitching in here. But so this filming in the cave is kind of cool. It really shows you guys some details that isn't available when I have the overhead lights on. This fabric is by Fabric Flare, and I don't know if you can see this, but it's the kind that has the Declaration of Independence lightly on the fabric. And it is an 8/16 count, so the beads will fit. And don't have the bead pack. I haven't heard any more about when the bead pack for this one is supposed to be released, but I'm not there yet anyway, so we'll find out about that. But that's my Lady of the Flag. Those are the things that I have. Oh no, there's one other thing that I have stitched on. What did I do with it? I stitched a little bit on my birthday start from last year. My birthday was this past Monday, April 20th. Yes, Adolf Hitler and I share a birthday. This is Dreaming of Mums. I mean, look at how fabulous this is. I only worked on it for about a week and maybe 2 last year around my birthday, and I'm up here. I did put in I took this to the retreat with me, and I did get in some stitches. My goodness, this is another Atomic Ranch fabric. It's kind of funny that I didn't realize that I've used so much of that lately. Here are the fabulous, don't those look scrumptious? Look at that orange. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. And the lemon. I mean, that's really yellow. I love it. I'm not usually I'm usually kind of a blue-green, tealy type person. But how can one resist? These are all weeks. And that's what these are all the called for. And I am stitching this again, as I started to say, on Atomic Ranch. And here is my progress to date. Sorry, I can't hold it still. The older I get, the shakier I get. But let me see if I can back up a little bit and see if you can see. This is a big piece of fabric. I wasn't sure how much this design was going to actually take up. This is 16 count Dune by Atomic Ranch. Did I already say that? Y'all? I don't know. Ooh, look. So people, if you're trying to film a floss tube and you're having trouble with glare, turn out the lights. Turn out the lights, the party's over. Sorry. I should not try to sing. I know better. Singing is not one of my talents. Probably a good thing, because if I could sing well, I'm sure I would have tried to inflict it on people, even to the point of trying to be a performer. Here's the other half of it. Love the design, love the fabric, love everything about this. I'm going to keep it out for a while. I don't know if I'll get to stitching on it because I really am determined to make progress. I want to stitch those pairs, get the patriotic pairs finished, and maybe the spring pairs. Well, I don't know about the sweetheart ones right now. And I do know that I'll be picking up the Anjou pear and the red, whatever. I love pears. The shape of them, the shape of a pear. I'm shaped like a pear. A little less so than I used to be because I've been on Ozempic for 2 years, and I've lost like 70 pounds. Yeah. And hope to lose at least 10 more. We'll see. I've been at a plateau where I'm at right now for about 2 months because I keep being a bad girl, especially this past week. Birthday week, I indulged. I went to the Nothing Bundt Cakes store and got myself 2 little bundt cakes, the lemon one. So awesome. So awesome, so awesome, so awesome. And a carrot cake, which carrot cake I dearly love, but I must say the lemon was better, which I'll remember in the future. I will remember. Okay. Okay, so now that's everything that I have stitched on. As I mentioned, I have been sewing a lot. When I was at the retreat, they every Sunday morning of the retreat, she has every year a little maker's room, and there's space for 10 people, and you have to sign up in advance. And I got in this year, signed up to sell some thing. You can sell things that you've made. So I had made, I think I've shown on previous Flosstube, some of the drop zone bags. I don't know if this one is completely finished inside. Oh, that's right, it's not. I need to, I decided not to do the inside the way that they showed it with the little flappy thing going over. I don't think it goes together well. I'm just going to cover this with bias. I'll sew down some bias. But it opens up and will sit on the table, and you can keep your utensils. Utensils, is that appropriate for stitching stuff? I don't know. Utensils. Who knows? Things come out of my brain for unspecified reasons. But it folds up nice and cute, isn't it? Isn't it cute? This is fabric by Joe Morton. I belonged to Joe's Club for a long time, Quilting Club, and I have a lot of Joe Morton still. This bin right here, there, this bin right here is chock full still of Joe Morton fabric. And I used to have 2 whole shelves and maybe some extra floating around. But I have either used or distributed to other people. Okay, so that's sewing stuff. I also sold project bags. I made a lot, well, numerous of the patchwork ones that are so popular right now. I only have one left. It's missing here. Oh, here it is. I only have one left. It's a small, these turn out smaller because of the nature of the patchwork. I have one left. I am going to be making a whole bunch more. I've got patchwork here for probably a dozen more. My website has the ability to have a store on it, and I used to make bags and sell them on Etsy, and then I stopped doing that for a long time. And I think I'm going to try, if I can get the store set up, because I do all my own website design stuff. So if I can get the store set up, I am going to sell bags on my own site. But that probably, I'm thinking that I probably won't get that functional until fall maybe, but I will be selling bags. I'll let y'all know when it happens. So patchwork, last one left. And then I had some patriotic bags. I had a variety of this fabric line. Is that pretty? And there's blueprint. I made a joke. More patriotic fabric bags. So these are all left, the ones that are left from the sale. And I had a pretty good response to the bags. These were fun, challenging because they were panels. This bottom part is one of 6 panels that was on the fabric. And then along the selvage edge of the fabric was this that I used in the top. But because of the way the panels were, I had to add fabric to the sides. I did use some cool fabric I had in my stash on the inside of these. And so I sold some of those. There were 6 panels, and I only have a couple of these left. So there are those. Show you what I stitched. Here's more of the patchwork stuff waiting to be sewn together. When I get to the point where I'm putting bags up on the website, I'll also have bags such as this. This happens to be a pattern from Etsy. I don't know if you can read that. Give credit to the person. I really like the shape of this one. I like the flat bottom and the instructions for the way that they did this. Very, very good. I like the shape of this one a lot. So I'll be doing some of these. And I have, I purchased the design with the permission to sell. So I will be doing that. I will be making portfolios. I sold some. These are ones that are still in process. I haven't even, they don't even have their innards yet. But they've been quilted. Opie's, the little sheepy is upside down. Look at that little sheepy. Oh. Inside. I've got a couple of portfolio patterns that feature different kinds of pockets and construction. And I have had portfolios of my own. And so I'm kind of cobbling together the way I'm going to do mine. And I may not do them all exactly the same way. I may do, some with a pocket here, there, whatever. There will be at least one vinyl clear pocket inside with the zipper, and I think I want to do two pockets behind, one pocket behind the vinyl side, one pocket behind the other side, which I want to have a thread bed and then a lower pocket on. Plus I'll do a little hanging thing for the ring and maybe a magnet. I have magnets in my stash. Some that I thought I would, they're the kinds that you can sew in place. They're not that strong. I was a little disheartened I don't know how, when you're ordering something online, I don't know anything about magnets and how to tell how strong they are, what grading or evaluation or whatever it is, however they not quantify, that's amount. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. I don't know how to tell that. And so the magnets that I have are not that strong. Then I have some that are so strong, they'll pull you across the room if there's something metal over there. And so I'm not sure exactly about magnets yet. But so there's this one, patriotic. This is laundry basket quilts. This will be the inside, outside, pale blue. Isn't that pretty? Luscious. I had a laundry basket quilt fat quarter bundle, and that's what these are from. Look at this one. Love them so much. Yes, I do. I love them, love them, love them. Is this also laundry basket? Yes, it is. And I think I have fabric for one more laundry basket portfolio. This one, it is a print, but it's hard to see unless you get right up to it. And actually, is that laundry basket? Yeah, it is. There's some Joe Morton fabric that's extremely similar to that. Anyway, so those are going to grow up and be portfolios. Those will be available on my website. And my website, there is a link to it down in the, there will be in the description box. However, right now, it's just kind of some random thoughts that I've wanted to share up there. So no purchasing at this time on the website. If you want to go and check it out, that's fine, more the merrier. The portfolios, as I said, I'm kind of cobbling a couple different kinds together. And then some that of what I owned, but most of them are by this woman, and then this is the person who inspired her to first make it, I think. And this also I got on Etsy, and again I have I purchased the ability to sell online. Okay. Bags. Things I have stitched. Scraps for, I think it's time for haul. I mentioned some haul that I had gotten already through the pairs. Some of this is market, and some of it is stuff I picked up at the retreat 2 weekends ago. So one of the things that I picked up Post Market, I believe. Or maybe it was Market. Have y'all seen this? Isn't it awesome? I want to start right now, but I promised myself I'll make more progress on Lady of the Flag before I start anything else big. Ooh. Can you see the eagle well without any glare? And the various motifs and the big quilt star and love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Another market purchase was Busy Hands, Happy Heart by Liz Matthews. You know, she's now the owner of Cottage Garden Threads too. No, not Cottage Garden Threads. Cottage. Her mom and her aunt has started the company. Starts with a C. So sorry. Here I am trying to, you know, do her a good, and I can't think of the name of it. Anyway, look at this. So I like both versions, both the full one and the pillow at the bottom. Fabulous. I picked up a few more patriotic patterns to add to my stash. I picked up My Country. Sorry, should have taken it out. And there's the designer. This I picked up at the retreat. They had a, what's it called? An example, not an example. They had a stitched one hanging. You know the word. I just can't, yeah. My brain is now 71 years old, working on 72. The power of the people. So this will tell you a lot about me. I had to buy it. I don't know if I'm even going to stitch it, but I had to buy it. I mean, someday, if I live long enough, I will stitch it. I would like to stitch it. It has to find its place in the queue. This is not new. This is not new. I've shown you this before. You've seen this before. This is so awesome. Mailman just pulled up outside. And guess what? I think I have something coming in the mail today. Here's the other part of this. This is by Jeanette Douglas. And I also got the box. That's what I was just looking for. I don't know where I laid it. It's gotten buried. Let me just say these little things are small. This is like maybe, I don't think it's even 3 inches. Tiny, tiny, tiny. But isn't it awesome? I just had to. There was a weight. I had ordered that from Farm Girl Dry Goods, and there was a weight on it because the box was back ordered, and so that part of Market Hall came later than the rest, which I got from my L&S. Oh, here's the little guy. the little box. See, he's not very big. I thought when I saw it in the market advertising, I thought it was going to be quite a bit bigger than that. But it's adorable. Had to have that. I think that might be all of the new kind of patriotic ones. Try to keep my patriotic stuff in one bag. Try being the opposite word. Okay. Let's see what's in here. I also picked up the Teresa Kogut stocking with the Santa with the smoke encircling his head like a wreath that was offered first at Jingle Ball and then was available at Market. I had picked that up as part of my Market haul, and it's somewhere with Christmas bag stuff. Not Christmas bags, in a Christmas bag. Okay, do you all know about Maymania? You know, the fabulous Flosstuber Stitch and Gem. Love her Flosstube. I think she is adorable. She lives up in Oklahoma. I live down in Texas. I want to meet up with her sometime. She probably would think I was a stalker. She coined this thing a while ago where during the month of May, you start something new every week. In theory, part of your something from your market haul, which was what her idea. I have a couple things that are from that I've purchased recently that I am going to decide on among. I have only finished one animal cracker, and that was chili, which I've shown in previous Flosstube episodes. And I'm kind of thinking that maybe for Maymania, I'll start another animal cracker each week. So I already had Finley, but he's a Christmas dog, and I don't think I'm going to do Finley right now. Funny though, isn't he? I have Maggie May and Bobbin. Those were both downloads. The Maggie May printout, I'm not sure where it is. Here's Bobbin. Y'all know Bobbin. Little Bobbin. Not sure if I'm going to be able to put little Bobbin on a bobbin because I don't have a wooden bobbin like that, but we'll see. Maybe my little animal cracker will be a distant relative of Bobbin's, because where you see one mouse, there are a lot more. I picked up Olive. I love her so much. And her little Gosling. Oh, little Gosling is so adorable. This will probably be one of the ones for Mania. I picked up Abigail, which I have to do because, she's time appropriate for this anniversary year. So Abigail, and you can do either 2026 drum or 1776 drum or whatever, but Abigail is so cute, and I love her striped dress. I have an animal cracker, which if you were really early on in my Flosstube viewing. You will have seen me talk about Reynard. I love Reynard. Reynard is, I think, a very handsome dude. And to have Reynard and Abigail together with their stripes, yeah. So I'm pretty sure he's going to be part of Mania. So there's 1, 2, 3. I think they're technically 5. I don't know if it's 5 Sundays or 5. I think it's 5 Sundays. And so if you count the start of your week as on Sunday, that'd be 5 starts instead of 4. So here are other animal crackers that I have. Oh, there's one more recent addition. Pip, 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 pip. Love her. Love, love, love her. I want to do Maggie May. Of course, she was the first one I ever bought. And Maggie May, I'm going to do something with her clothes. So many people have done such cute versions of her. Oh, it's hard to think of something that would be, you know, kind of unique and different. She might be the 5th one, or maybe the first out of the 5. I don't know. But back to Pip for a second. Have y'all seen just recently on both, I think of both Facebook and Instagram, there was a post, and I'm sorry I don't know the woman's name. I did not make note of it. It's not even that I can't remember. I didn't make note of it. But she did Pip and used it in the front of the project bag. And then underneath the zipper of the project bag, she had done pleats, matching Pip's little outfit in that colorway. Oh my gosh. So I'm kind of thinking if I do some of these smaller ones, like Pip is small, Bobbin's small, the Gosling, the Olive is small. Olive I don't think is small, but Renard is big. I think Abigail is big. Of course, Olive is tall. She's not, you know, she's got a long, skinny neck, but she's tall. So, others that I've had in my stash for a long time. Speaking of hedgehogs, how much do I love a hedgehog? Let me count the ways. Now, I think I had bought fabric to make the velvet cover to this. But quite honestly, I'd be very happy to include this design on the front of a project bag or the front of a portfolio. Not a portfolio. Portfolios are too heavily quilted. You notice there's no name. It's just called Velvet Pink Pears again, Needlebook. I could name it my own self. Then there's Lily. Now I see that Lily, in this case, was done on a light fabric so that her little green body would show up, especially the legs. But I've got some kind of cool, I've pulled fabric for these possibilities, and I've got a green fabric that if I stitched her body in a darker green, I think she'd show up fine. Oh, what a surprise, it's Atomic Ranch again. Look at that. Wouldn't Lily be cute on that? I have Nettle. Is Nettle a bunny or a cat? I'm not sure. I think Nettle is bunny. This is nettle from the back. Are those bunny ears or is that a cat ear? I don't know. I don't know. There's no indication. Do y'all know? If you know, could you tell me in the comments? I'm not sure what nettle is. So there's nettle. I don't think nettle's going to be part of Mania. She'll get done someday, but not part of Mania. Harriet. Love Harriet. Eyes kind of squinty. Look at that eye. Harriet might look like she knows what you've been doing, and you cannot get away with that mischief when Harriet is around. And then I dearly love this one. This is not new. I've had her for a long time. I love her because her apron reminds me of my paternal grandmother. This is Clovis. Clovis. I'm kind of thinking that Clovis might be good when I'm done with the white pear. It's part of the patriotic pears. You know, I told you that it's got kind of a greenish tint to it. That might look good around Clovis. It's possible. Can we get May to last for 6 weeks? Okay, this I pulled for, uh-oh, let go of my ego. Some of the threads from the serging on the edge of this got caught in the zipper of my portfolio. I picked this out for, I think I picked this out for Pip. That is Cherub by Picture This Plus. I picked out, none of this fabric is new. I didn't buy any new fabric either at market or at the retreat. This might be the base of one of my animal crackers. Not sure which one. Or this one. It's a little more yellow than the beigey. This is Picture This Plus doubloon. Goldy color. I have a lot of that one. I think I have a half yard, yeah. I have a half yard of that one. Maybe I need to hang on to that one for a bigger piece. I really like it, but I think that's why I still have it, is because I'm hanging on to it for something. This is also a big piece. This is also a half yard. This is Moon Glow. Moon Glow, look at that. This one is Fiber on a Whim. This is, oh, this is Lagoon. This is, you know the market release, the long skinny one with the birds up the, what are they, Jabera daisies? Oh gosh, what did I do with that? I thought I had that right here. Well, that's what this is for. When I pulled it, it was just an excellent pale that I think that would look fabulous on. And again, see, that's Picture This Plus. It's, no, sorry, this is Fiber on the Wind. Now that one, the modeling on that is not as striking as some, which is why I thought it was Picture This Plus and just looking at it. All right, I'm almost done, y'all. And I pulled two other kind of beigey ones. So I need to get those together, get them kitted up so that when the 1st of May rolls around next weekend, I'll be ready. One final thing. The woman who I mentioned, who was at our table at the retreat, brought in a chatelaine that she has been working on for a long time. And I love chatelaines. I have drooled over pictures of them for a million years. I have RROCAN lace. Did I spell it right? Yes. I have this chart. I have the bead pack for this chart. I just got fabric for this chart. I got a 28 count joblin. I've never done anything that small. I got it because Tammy, she said you could definitely use an Ada. She recommended an even weave just because I did not want to do. I've had some Lugana. My stitch, you have to be so careful about how you do your stitches so that you're on the correct side of the vertical thread so that it doesn't get pulled underneath the overlapping thread in the weave. I think you also have to watch out for that in Lugana, but it's supposed to be easier to, do that. And so I got some pale blue with kind of green modeling in it, which I'll show the next time when I bring in the whole kit and caboodle to show you, because I do want to start it. I'm not sure what occasion is coming up that I might want to say, oh, this was my such a start, but I do want to start it. I've had the bead pack it was the first thing I bought. I think I've had the bead pack for at least 2.5 years. And the chart shortly after that, the chart is a download from 123 Stitch. I'm in the process of collecting the threads. One of the threads that I need, I hope, is out in the mailbox right now. I have some threads coming from 4 different locations at some point during the coming week for that. And once those all arrive, I'll have all the threads that I need. So, yeah. Lady of the Flag, a chatelaine. Friends, I hope I haven't bored you. I hope that you've been entertained at least to some degree. I hope that wherever you are, the weather is good, that you are able to enjoy family and friends. I hope that you're healthy and you stay healthy and all your loved ones are healthy. And I hope that you find lots of stitchy time. Thank you again. Please hit like and subscribe, and until next time, bye.